Keira Knightley. This video compresses information gathered from Wikipedia in video format. Studies prove that reading while listening improves comprehension, increases speed as well as expands vocabulary and enhances fluency. Video sections. Abstract. Early life and background. Career. Personal life. Humanitarian endeavours. Media image. Awards and nominations. External links. Give your feedback on the comments section. Support the channel by subscribing and liking the video. Thanks. Abstract. Keira Christina Knightley, OBE, is a British actress. Her starring roles in independent films and period dramas as well as big-budget blockbuster productions have earned her nominations for 2 British Academy Film Awards, 3 Golden Globe Awards, 3 British Independent Film Awards and 2 Academy Awards. Knightley began acting as a child on television and made her feature film debut in 1995, before making her breakthrough with the 2002 sports film Bend It Like Beckham, for which she won the London Film Critics Circle Award for Best Newcomer. She gained wider recognition for playing Elizabeth Swann in the 2003 fantasy swashbuckler film Pirates of the Caribbean. Knightley reprised the role in the subsequent films of the franchise. Knightley received a nomination for the Academy Award for Best Actress for starring as Elizabeth Bennet in Pride and Prejudice, 2005, and later became known for starring in several other period dramas, earning praise for her roles as Cecilia Tallis in Atonement, 2007, Georgiana Cavendish in The Duchess, 2008, and the titular characters in Anna Karenina, 2012, and Colette, 2018. Knightley received her second Academy Award nomination for portraying Joan Clark in the historical film The Imitation Game, 2014, as she continued to experiment with comedic and dramatic roles in the musical film Begin Again, 2013, the adventure thriller Everest, 2015, and the docudrama Official Secrets, 2019. On stage, Knightley appeared in Martin Crimp's 2009 West End production of The Misanthrope, which earned her a nomination for a Laurence Olivier Award. She also starred as the eponymous heroine in the 2015 Broadway production of Thresi Rakeen. Knightley is known for her outspoken stance on social issues, and has worked extensively with Amnesty International, Oxfam, and Comic Relief. She was appointed an OBE in the 2018 Birthday Honours for services to drama and charity. Early life and background. Keira Christina Knightley was born on 26 March 1985, in Teddington, within Richmond, a suburban area of London, to theatre actors Sharman MacDonald and Will Knightley. Her mother is Scottish. Her father is English. She was meant to be named Keira, the anglicised form of Kira, after Kira Ivanova, whom her father admired. However, MacDonald misspelled the name when she went to register her daughter, writing the E before the I. Knightley has an elder brother, Caleb. MacDonald also worked as a playwright after her career as an actress came to an end. She introduced her children to theatre and ballet at an early age. This furthered Knightley's interest in acting, and she requested an agent at the age of 3. Knightley attended Teddington School. At the age of 6, she was diagnosed with dyslexia, but by the time she was 11, with her parents' support, Knightley said, "They deemed me to have got over it sufficiently. She is still a slow reader and cannot read out loud." Knightley said she was single-minded about acting during her childhood. At the age of 3, she expressed the desire for an agent like her parents and got one at age 6. This led to her taking a number of small parts in TV dramas throughout her childhood. While growing up, Knightley performed in a number of local amateur productions, which included After Juliet, written by her mother, and United States, written by her drama teacher. She focused on art, history, and English literature while studying at the Isha College, but left after a year to pursue an acting career. After getting an agent at the age of 6, Knightley began working in commercials and small television roles. Her first on-screen appearance was in the 1993 Screen 1 television episode titled Royal Celebration. She then played Natasha Jordan, a young girl whose mother is involved in an extramarital affair, in the romantic drama A Village Affair. 1995. After appearing in a spate of television films through the mid to late 1990s, including Innocent Lies, 1995, The Treasure Seekers, 1996, Coming Home, 1998, and Oliver Twist, 1999, Knightley landed the role of Sab, Paddy M. Amidala's handmaiden and decoy, in the 1999 science fiction blockbuster Star Wars Episode 1 The Phantom Menace. Her dialogue was dubbed over by Natalie Portman, who played Padmé. Knightley was cast in the role because of her close resemblance to Portman. Even the two actors' mothers had difficulty telling their daughters apart when they were in full makeup. In her first major role, the 2001 Walt Disney Productions feature film Princess of Thieves, Knightley played the daughter of Robin Hood. To prepare for the film, she trained for several weeks in archery, fencing, and horse riding. Concurrently, she appeared in The Hole, a thriller that received a direct-to-video release in the US. The film's director Nick Ham described her as a young version of Julie Christie. Knightley also took on the role of Lara Antipova in the 2002 miniseries adaptation of Dr. Zhivago, to positive reviews and high ratings. In the same year, Knightley starred as a pregnant drug addict in Gillies MacKinnon's drama film Pure, co-starring Molly Parker and Harry Eden. The film had its world premiere at the 2002 Toronto International Film Festival. In a retrospect review for AboutFilm.com, Carlo Cavagna noted Knightley's screen presence and wrote that, "Doesn't have half of Parker's ability. She has spunk and grit, shines brightly in Pure." Despite having appeared in over a dozen film and television roles, Knightley struggled to get a breakthrough. That changed in 2002, when she starred in Gurinder Chadha's sports comedy film Bend It Like Beckham, which was a smash hit both in the UK and in the US, grossing over $76.6 million. It also surprised film critics who were laudatory of its charming and inspiring nature, social context and the cast's performances. Knightley and her co-star Parminder Nagra, who played the central roles of aspiring footballers, attracted international attention for their performances in the film this year. To prepare for their roles, they underwent 3 months of extensive football training under the English football coach Simon Clifford. Knightley, who was initially skeptical of the project, went on to win the London Film Critics Circle for Best Newcomer and the Online Film Critics Society Award for Best Breakthrough Performance. In an interview with Tracy Smith she said, "I remember telling friends I was doing this girls' soccer movie and nobody thought that it was gonna be any good." Film critic James Berardinelli, who was largely laudatory of the film and the energetic and likable cast, noted that Knightley and Nagra brought a lot of spirit to their instantly likable characters. Following the success of Bend It Like Beckham, Knightley landed the role of Elizabeth Swann in the 2003 American fantasy swashbuckler film Pirates of the Caribbean: The Curse of the Black Pearl. The film, which was based on the Pirates of the Caribbean attraction at Disney theme parks, saw Knightley, Orlando Bloom, and Johnny Depp play the roles of 18th-century pirates. Despite boasting the names of Hollywood stars like Depp and Bloom and the hefty $135 million budget, Pirates was not the most anticipated release of the year, and was expected to fail at the box office. Knightley herself was not optimistic about its prospects. "I remember being on set just sort of going, okay, what is this? Is this any good?" However, contrary to the expectations, the film opened at No. 1 on the box office, and went to become one of the highest-grossing productions of the year, with the worldwide collections of $654 million. In 2003, Knightley appeared in the British romantic comedy Love Actually, which featured an ensemble cast. including her childhood idol Emma Thompson. Knightley's sole release of 2004 was the historical film King Arthur, where she played Guinevere, a warrior queen and the wife of the titular character, a role that required her to learn boxing, archery, and horse riding. Although the film garnered unfavorable reviews, Knightley's stature as a performer grew. She was voted by the readers of Hello magazine as the industry's most promising teen star, and featured in Time magazine's article, which stated that she seemed dedicated to develop herself as a serious actor rather than a film star. Knightley appeared in 3 films in 2005, the first of which was the psychological thriller The Jacket, co-starring Adrian Brody. In a mixed review for Empire, Kim Newman wrote that the role was unlike the ones she had previously taken up. Getting out of period gear and talking American tries to broaden her range and is arguably well cast. Knightley next played the titular character in Tony Scott's French-American action film Domino, based on the life of Domino Harvey. The film's release was delayed on multiple occasions, and upon its eventual release in November, it garnered negative reviews and performed poorly at the box office. Knightley's most successful release of the year was Pride and Prejudice, a period drama based on Jane Austen's novel of the same name. Knightley, who admired the book from a young age, said of her character, "The beauty of Elizabeth is that every woman who ever reads the book seems to recognize herself, with all her faults and imperfections." Upon release, the film became a huge commercial success, with total collections of around $120 million United States dollars worldwide, and garnered positive reviews from critics. Derek Kelly of Variety wrote highly of her performance and screen presence, looking every bit a star. Knightley, who's shown more spirit than acting smarts so far in her career, really steps up to the plate here. He regarded her luminous strength to be reminiscent of a young Audrey Hepburn. Knightley earned Best Actress nominations at the Golden Globes and the Academy Awards for her performance, becoming the 3rd youngest nominee for the latter. BAFTA's failure to provide her with a nomination drew criticism from the film's producer Tim Bevan. Knightley was invited to join the Academy of Motion Picture Arts and Sciences, among other artists, in 2006. Later that year, she reprised her role as Elizabeth Swann in the 2nd and 3rd productions of the Pirates of the Caribbean series. The 2 sequels were conceived in 2004, with the writers Ted Elliott and Terry Rossio developing a story arc that would span both films. Filming for the projects took place in 2005. The Pirates of the Caribbean, Dead Man's Chest, released in July 2006, with the worldwide collections of $1.066 billion. It became the biggest financial hit in Knightley's career. The 3rd installment in the series, Pirates of the Caribbean, At World's End, was released in May. The following year, Knightley's continued association with period dramas yielded varying results, as seen with 2 of her 2007 releases, Francois Girard's Silk, and Joe Wright's Atonement, the feature film adaptations of the novels by Alessandro Baricco and Ian McEwan respectively. While the former project failed at the box office, the latter became a critical and commercial success. Knightley garnered widespread acclaim and such accolades as the BAFTA and a nomination for the Golden Globes for her portrayal of Cecilia Tallis, the elder of the 2 Tallis sisters. In preparing for the film, where she was seen opposite James McAvoy, she studied the naturalism of the performance as seen in the films from 1930s and 1940s, such as In Which We Serve, 1942, and Brief Encounter, 1945. Critic Richard Roper, who thought the lead duo were superb in their respective roles, was puzzled by their failure to garner Academy Award nominations. Knightley appeared alongside Sienna Miller, Cillian Murphy, and Matthew Rhys in John Maybury's 2008 wartime drama The Edge of Love. The film had her play the role of Vera Phillips, a childhood friend of Welsh poet Dylan Thomas and his wife Caitlin McNamara. Shalman MacDonald wrote the screenplay with Knightley, her daughter, as McNamara in her mind. After Knightley was signed to portray Phillips, the character's role was increased with the film focusing on her romance and marriage with the British soldier. She based her performance on Marlene Dietrich, and was to mime to her pre-recorded voice. Prior to being told by Maybury to sing live, Knightley initially felt embarrassed while singing live. "I was shaking like a leaf," but eventually went through with the plan. Upon release, the film became a moderate critical and commercial success. Knightley's performance and singing abilities were praised by such film critics as Ray Bennett, who wrote, "The film belongs to the women, with Knightley going from strength to strength, and showing she can sing." Quote, Knightley then starred as the 18th-century English aristocrat Georgiana Cavendish, Duchess of Devonshire, in Saul Dibb's widely praised period drama The Duchess, 2008, based on the best-selling biographical novel, Georgiana, Duchess of Devonshire by Amanda Foreman. Although multiple media reports suggested that the use of parallels between the central character's life to that of Diana, Princess of Wales, was being used as a marketing strategy for the project, Knightley denied any such connection. Gabrielle Tanner, the film's producer, said the film was repeatedly delayed as they could not find the right actor for the role. She added that with Knightley, it all happened very, very quickly. Tanner also said Knightley brought an instinctive understanding of such aspects of Georgiana's life as a celebrity issue and being thrust into the spotlight as she had herself experienced the same. Response to her performance was positive. Lydia Luck of the Epoch Times praised her range in the film, writing, "She not only perfectly portrays a witty and feminine Georgiana but also a caring mother and an abandoned woman." The following year, she was nominated for a British Independent Film Award for Best Actress. A film adaptation of William Shakespeare's tragedy King Lear set to star Knightley and Anthony Hopkins was cancelled due to recession. Knightley made her West End debut with Martin Crimp's version of Molière's comedy The Misanthrope, starring Knightley, Damian Lewis, Tara Fitzgerald, and Dominic Rowan. The play was staged at London's Comedy Theatre in December 2009. Knightley decided to act in a theatre production as she felt that, "If I don't do theatre right now, I think I'm going to start being too terrified to do it." While she described it as an extraordinary and incredibly fulfilling experience, she was skeptical of her performance. Charles Spencer of the Daily Telegraph described her performance as revealing both power and poignancy, and Paul Taylor of The Independent called it not only strikingly convincing, but, at times, rather thrilling in its satiric aplomb. However, The Guardian's Michael Billington noted that due to the nature of the role, one could say that she is not unduly stretched. In recognition of her theatre debut, Knightley was nominated for the Laurence Olivier Award for Best Actress in a Supporting Role and an Evening Standard Award. Knightley appeared in 3 films in 2010. She said her work during the period helped her empathize with people or with situations that I don't necessarily find it easy to empathize with. 2 of the productions, Masih Tajuddin's romantic drama Last Night and William Monaghan's crime noir film London Boulevard, opened to mixed response from critics and rank among the lowest grossing films in Knightley's career. Knightley's other release, Never Let Me Go, an adaptation of Kazuo Ishiguro's novel of the same name, fared better at the box office and received positive reviews. Knightley described the script as unique, one that made the reader think. Co-starring Andrew Garfield and Carey Mulligan, the film was shot in Norfolk and Clevedon in Somerset. She appeared in a video installation by artist Stuart Pearson Wright titled Maze. Knightley starred in a 2011 revival of The Children's Hour by Lillian Hellman at the Comedy Theatre in London. Knightley's only film of 2011 was David Cronenberg's historical drama A Dangerous Method, co-starring Viggo Mortensen, Michael Fassbender, and Vincent Cassel, based on writer Christopher Hampton's 2002 stage play The Talking Cure and set on the eve of World War I. The film depicts the turbulent relationships between fledgling psychiatrist Carl Jung, his mentor Sigmund Freud, and Sabina Spielrein, Knightley portrayed Spielrain, the troubled but beautiful young psychoanalyst who comes between Jung and Freud. The costume film premiered at the 68th Venice International Film Festival to a positive reception, while Knightley earned generally favorable reviews by critics, with Andrew O'Hare of Salon.com noting her the real star of this film. Knightley co-starred with Steve Carell in the 2012 comedy-drama Seeking a Friend for the End of the World. Later that year, she reunited with director Joe Wright to film their third production together, Anna Karenina, in which she starred as the title character. She deemed her collaboration with Wright as the most important of her career. Knightley garnered positive reviews for her performance, prompting early Oscar buzz. The 2013 Toronto International Film Festival saw the release of Knightley's first musical film, Begin Again with Mark Ruffalo. The film, which was directed by John Caney, had its theatrical release in 2014. Carney later repeatedly criticized Knightley's performance in the film, saying she was not convincing enough in portraying a singer-songwriter and continuously describing her as a model rather than an actor. He later apologized to her on Twitter for his comments. Knightley revealed in July that music doesn't sync for her, and she is more interested in books than drama. Later that year, she appeared in Karl Lagerfeld's short-period film Once Upon a Time. Speaking to the press in July 2014, she explained that it felt like she had reached the end of the first stage of her career, and that making Begin Again was like its beginning again. 2014 began for Knightley with the spy thriller Jack Ryan, Shadow Recruit alongside Chris Pine. It was based on novelist Tom Clancy's fictional character Jack Ryan and was the fifth film in their Jack Ryan film series. The film received mixed critical reviews, nonetheless strong box office response. Knightley's next film, Laggies, 2014, premiered at the 2014 Sundance Film Festival prior to its U.S. general release on the 24th of October. A romantic comedy also starring Chloe Grace Moretz and Sam Rockwell. The film follows the life of Megan, played by Knightley, a 28-year-old underachiever going through a quarter-life crisis. Laggies opened to mostly positive reviews from critics, with Knightley's performance being chiefly praised by critics. Inku Kang of The Wrap wrote of her delightfully uncouth performance. She's a loose-limbed revelation as a pretty but normal-looking woman who just can't take things seriously enough to pull her life together. It was followed by her appearance in Morton Tilden's historical drama The Imitation Game, a film based on the British mathematician Alan Turing, played by Benedict Cumberbatch. Knightley portrayed cryptanalyst and numismatist Joan Clark, who decrypted German intelligence codes for the British government during World War II with Turing. The Imitation Game became a critical and commercial success, grossing over $233.6 million. For her performance, Knightley received her second Academy Award nomination for Best Supporting Actress, though Lady Jean Ford, who worked with Clark and Turing at that time, felt Knightley was too beautiful to play Clark, and said she was nothing like Keira. Knightley's sole release of 2015 was as part of the ensemble cast in the biographical disaster film Everest. The film was based on the 1996 Mount Everest disaster, with Knightley portraying mountaineer Rob Hall's wife. Everest opened to mixed review from critics. In October 2015, Knightley made her Broadway debut playing the title role in Helen Edmondson's adaptation of Mile Zola's Thresi Rakeen at Studio 54. Her performance received positive reviews. Alexandra Villarreal of the Huffington Post wrote, "She fumes, and rages, and withdraws, and you can watch her psychological evolution from stifled wife to impassioned mistress to haunted murderer." In 2016 it emerged Knightley was set to star in a feature biopic about the 18th century Russian Empress Catherine the Great, based on the top 2014 Blacklist script produced by Gil Netter and directed by Barbara Streisand. As of 2020, nothing has come out of these plans. Knightley then starred in the ensemble drama Collateral Beauty, 2016, alongside Will Smith, Edward Norton, Helen Mirren, and Kate Winslet. The film received overwhelmingly negative reviews, and earned the cast a Razzie nomination. Despite previously stating on a number of occasions that she would never return to the Pirates of the Caribbean film series, Knightley reprised her role of Elizabeth Swann with a cameo appearance in 2017's Pirates of the Caribbean: Dead Men Tell No Tales. In 2018, Colette premiered at the Sundance Film Festival. In an interview with Variety to promote the film, Knightley criticized the way female characters are portrayed in films set in the modern day, stating, "I don't really do films set in the modern day because the female characters nearly always get raped. I always find something distasteful in the way women are portrayed. Whereas I've always found very inspiring characters offered to me in historical pieces." Knightley was appointed Officer of the Order of the British Empire, OBE, in the 2018 birthday honours for services to drama and charity. The same year, she played the Sugar Plum Fairy in Disney's adaptation of The Nutcracker, titled The Nutcracker and the Four Realms, directed by Lasse Hallström and Joe Johnston. The film received generally negative reviews. In 2019, Knightley co-starred in The Aftermath, a film adaptation of the novel by Ridian Brooke, alongside Alexander Skarsgård. While promoting it, Knightley said she chose to no longer appear nude in film after having a child. The film and Knightley received mixed reviews. The Boston Globe's Ty Burr praised Knightley for adding conviction, grace, heart, and nerve to the movie, while the Los Angeles Times' Katie Walsh felt Knightley and Skarsgård were too reserved. Knightley played Catherine Gunn in Official Secrets, which premiered at the Sundance Film Festival on 28 January 2019 to positive reviews. The following year, she portrayed feminist activist Sally Alexander in Misbehavior, a film about the crowning of the first black Miss World contestant at the 1970 Miss World competition. Knightley has committed to the comedy Silent Night, which is about an extended family who come together for a Christmas dinner. She will additionally star in and produce in Eileen Chaikin's adaptation of Suzanne Rindle's novel, The Other Typist, which will be a series on Hulu. The series is a psychosexual suspense thriller, in which Knightley will play a police department typist working during Prohibition in the United States. Knightley was previously connected with an adaptation of the book in 2013, which was then going to be developed by Fox Searchlight. Personal life. Knightley took a break from working in 2006, suggesting that she wanted to take some time off acting to travel and focus on her personal life. Knightley is an atheist. In 2007, Knightley sued the Daily Mail for publishing an article that speculated as to whether she suffered from anorexia nervosa or some other eating disorder. Knightley won the lawsuit, and was awarded $3,000 in damages. She added to this amount and donated a total of $6,000 to Beat, a charity for those who suffer mental illness and eating disorders. A 41-year-old man was charged with harassment in February 2010 after trying to contact Knightley on several occasions outside the Comedy Theatre in London, where she appeared in the play The Misanthrope. The subsequent trial folded after she was unavailable to testify in court. Another man was sentenced to 8 weeks in prison after harassing Knightley outside her home and stalking her in December 2016. Knightley began dating actor Del Sinnott in 2001, having met him during the filming of Princess of Thieves. They split up in 2003. Knightley then dated model and actor Jamie Dornan from 2003 to 2005. She was in a relationship with her Pride and Prejudice co-star Rupert Friend from 2005 until December 2010. Knightley has been in a relationship with musician James Wrighton of Klaxons since February 2011. They were married on the 4th of May 2013 in Mazen, Vaucluse. The couple have 2 daughters, Edie, born in May 2015, and Delilah, born in September 2019. Knightley advocates equal paternity leave and has spoken about the expense of childcare in England. She said in an interview for the December 2016 issue of Harper's Bazaar that she had been lucky to be able to afford really good childcare, because otherwise it would be at least 4 years out of my career. In October 2018, Keira Knightley revealed to The Hollywood Reporter that she had a mental breakdown at 22 and was diagnosed with post-traumatic stress disorder as she struggled to adjust to her sudden rise to fame. Knightley described how at one point she did not leave the house for 3 months. In 2008, Knightley had to have hypnotherapy to prevent panic attacks in order to be able to attend that year's BAFTAs Humanitarian endeavours. Knightley is the face of an Amnesty International campaign to support human rights, marking the 60th anniversary of the United Nations Universal Declaration of Human Rights. In 2004, she traveled to Ethiopia alongside Richard Curtis, Sanjeev Bhaskar and Julian Metcalf on behalf of the comic relief charity. She posed for photos for WaterAid in 2005 and also for the American Library Association's Read campaign, a promotional poster of Pride and Prejudice. The dress she wore to the 2006 Academy Awards was donated to the charity Oxfam, where it raised $4,300. In April 2009, Knightley appeared in a video to raise awareness of domestic abuse entitled Cut Shot for Women's Aid. The video created controversy, with some sources calling it too graphic, while other groups support the video for showing a realistic depiction of domestic violence. In November 2010, Knightley became patron of the SMA Trust, a British charity that funds medical research into the disease spinal muscular atrophy. For International Women's Day 2014, Knightley was one of the artist signatories of Amnesty International's letter to British Prime Minister David Cameron, in which the organisation campaigned for women's rights in Afghanistan. In July 2014, Knightley travelled to South Sudan on behalf of Oxfam to meet refugees of the South Sudanese civil war and raise awareness of the conflict. In May 2016, Knightley signed a letter imploring Britain to vote Remain in the forthcoming UK-EU referendum. The letter was also signed by John Le Carre, Benedict Cumberbatch and Danny Boyle among others. Later, she appeared in a video aimed at encouraging younger people to vote in the referendum this year. On the 12th of September 2016, Knightley, as well as Kate Blanchett, Chiwetel Ejiofor, Peter Capaldi, Douglas Booth, Neil Gaiman, Jesse Eisenberg, Juliet Stevenson, Kit Harington, and Stanley Tucci, featured in a video from the United Nations Refugee Agency UNHCR to help raise awareness to the global refugee crisis. The video, titled What They Took With Them, has the actors reading a poem written by Jennifer Toxvig and inspired by primary accounts of refugees, and is part of UNHCR's #WithRefugees campaign, of which also includes a petition to governments to expand asylum to provide further shelter, integrating job opportunities, and education. In September 2016, Knightley co-hosted In Night to Remember, part of the Green Carpet Challenge, a charity event highlighting sustainability within the fashion industry. In September 2017, Knightley traded stocks on behalf of the spinal muscular atrophy charity SMA Trust as part of the BGC Charity Day, which was set up to commemorate the stockbrokers who were killed during the September 11 attacks. Media image. Knightley has been described by media outlets as famously open with media, although she herself has stated the contrary. "I don't talk about my private life." In a 2004 BBC poll, Knightley was named among the most influential people in British culture. Knightley has been listed as one of the 100 sexiest women in the world by FHM on multiple occasions. She made her first appearance on the list in 2004, and was named the sexiest woman in the world in 2006. She was included in every subsequent issue up until 2009. She was a part of the American editions of the list from 2004 to 2006, and was also placed 9th on Maxim's Hot 100 list in 2006. Knightley received media attention for her perspectives on feminism, voiced in an interview for Harper's Bazaar UK published in their February 2014 edition. Knightley explained that female artists face greater hurdles in the film industry compared to their male counterparts, and also revealed that she was perplexed by the use of feminist in a derogatory sense. Somehow, it became a dirty word. I thought it was really weird for a long time. And I think it's great that we're coming out of that. Knightley posed topless for the September 2014 issue of Interview, on the condition that she not be Photoshop, to draw attention to how women's bodies are a battleground, and photography is partly to blame. Knightley was the celebrity face for the luxury goods brands Aspire and Schitzen, as well as Luxe haircare products in Japanese television commercials. In April 2006, she was confirmed as the new celebrity face of Chanel's perfume Coco Mademoiselle, though the first photo from the campaign was not released until May 2007. Knightley has appeared in television commercials for Chanel directed by Joe Wright since 2007, and has endorsed Chanel fine jewelry's collection Coco Crush. In 2008, Knightley was the highest-earning British Hollywood star according to Forbes Celebrity 100 and was named amongst the most bankable actors in 2009. Awards and nominations. Knightley has been nominated twice for an Academy Award. In 2006 for Best Actress for Pride and Prejudice, and in 2015 for Best Supporting Actress for The Imitation Game.